this feels more wobbly.
Yeah.
Like not like in a bad way. It's just
the only reason I'm having you on this wheel is to show you now you can ride anybody's unicycle.
Okay, yeah.
You just
okay.
see what I'm saying? You just got on somebody else's unicycle and now you're riding it. And that's the difference between your old wheel and this one. Anytime you get on somebody else's unicycle, it's always going to feel weird. No matter how good of a rider you are, anytime you get on somebody else's unicycle, it's always going to feel weird. After that little adjustment period, it's just like riding anything.
What's up, y'all? Flip here, EUC Chronicles, back with another goodie. How's everybody doing? I know it's been a minute. There's a lot of things been going on in the past couple of weeks. Was not able to make a video, put anything out. Had to go to DC for a funeral, as well as to pick my son up at the same time. I was supposed to get him a month ago, but because of all that was going on and I had to go to DC to pick him up, I didn't want to have to drive back there twice in the same month. So I decided to push everything back and kind of take care of everything at one time. So kept me away from riding. I was awful busy with work as well, so wasn't able to make any videos, get out with the guys or do anything, but whatever. We are here because we are back with my son, who has now upgraded from his Z10, which he learned how to ride on, which at the time was the best wheel for me to teach him how to ride, because of that wide 4-inch tire, especially deflated to 20 psi. It makes it so easy and so comfortable to ride that wheel. The downside is, if anybody who's ever ridden a Z6 or a Z10 will tell you, that wheel rides differently from any other EUC out there. So the whole time that he's riding that Z10, yeah, he's getting it down, he's getting comfortable, but it's still a step in the, I wouldn't say the wrong direction, but not the direction that he needed to go to actually master EUC riding. So I told him when he got back, the plan was to transition him out of that wheel into a real full-fledged 2.5, 2 point whatever, because the Tesla technically has a 2.5, so that's why I say 2.5 size tire EUC, which is also much lighter than the Z10, because right now his Tesla only has one battery in it, which makes it easier for him to control, easier for him to stop. And not that he was having much difficulty. You've seen him riding in all the old previous videos. He was fine. The only thing he really had a problem with the Z10 was coming to a complete stop and keeping control of the wheel. And this time, as soon as he got here, I had him practicing his mounts and dismounts, just constantly stepping on, off the wheel, on, off the wheel, all, and that wheel that we're talking about is the Tesla, not the Z10. And he got it. Like, what we basically did was the stepping on and off part he was doing for maybe a day before this video, maybe 2 days before this video. I had him just constantly stepping on, stepping. It was like late at night, and he did that for maybe 45 minutes, just switching between legs, which getting comfortable. We went out in the backyard for just a second, because I wanted to see what wheel he wanted to ride, like, because I had the MSX out there for him. I had the Tesla, obviously. The Z10 was sitting there, and I also had my Emotion V11 up there. And I was like, oh, and the EXN. He actually, and that's what we went outside with, because he looked at the EXN, he got on the EXN, he's like, yeah, I'll let me try this one. So we went out in the backyard, I let him try it a little bit while holding his hand, obviously, just to see, you know, how he fared. But again, like I told him, I was like, listen, as much as I would love for you to ride the EXN now, I think it's too heavy of a wheel for you to just transition out of your old wheel. So I was like, listen, the Tesla is to this day is one of my favorite wheels. I love that wheel. That wheel has just been the best wheel for me in learning and just being a just good, solid, reliable hell of a wheel. And for me, it's just symbolic of him to get on that wheel and fall in love with that wheel the same way I did. So I was like, just stick with the Tesla, see how it feels. So today, after we did some chores around the house. I was like, hey, let's go out for a ride in the backyard. And he got on the Tesla. I made him go from fence pole to fence pole and all that little stuff. And on his own, he just pushed off the fence and started riding. So we were going up and down my driveway, and you know, I'm just walking next to him, making sure he's all right. And after he did that maybe like 10 times, I was like, yo, let's go. Let's go to the parking lot. Let's go to the famous parking lot. This is where I learned how to ride. This is where you've seen hundreds of not hundreds, but you get the point. This is my parking lot. And I was like, yeah, let's go up there and let's get it popping. And that's what you're looking at right now. We came up here, threw some gear on. I tried as much as I could find. I had this gear like all over the place. I had to like go and search. His knee pads won't fit him anymore. That's why he doesn't have knee pads on in the video. I did bring him, but they're too tight for him now, so I'm gonna have to give him my other knee pads that I've been wearing, and I'm gonna go back to my Leats. But man, he blew my socks off with just how fast he just, and granted, I wasn't surprised about him being able to ride it. I was just more shocked with how fast he transitioned, because like I said, that Z10, you get comfortable riding that thing. Getting on another EUC is just not the same, and especially getting on a 2.5 tire from a 4-inch tire, it's definitely going to be a significant difference. And he hasn't ridden his wheel in a year. Like, he literally left July 1st last year, so it's been a while. So the fact that he just got back on it, that muscle memory kicked in, and he was just on his own, and I couldn't be happier. And he really, really enjoys riding the Tesla, and that's something I wanted for him too. I don't want you just riding a wheel that, you know, you're only riding it because you have to ride it. I want you to pick your weapon, and that's why I brought all the wheels out, so he can look at them and get a feel for them and say, hey, this is the wheel I want to ride, you know. And like I said, he did like the EXN. I'm not gonna front, he did like the EXN, but I know for me personally, that wheel is just a little too beefy for him to ride. He can't pick it up. This wheel he can pick up, he can maneuver. It's just perfect for him. And so after a little bit of, hey, you know, he tried the EXN, I tried a Tesla, and he got on a Tesla, and it just all clicked for him, and now he's hooked. So I'm gonna get him out. We're gonna do a lot more practicing. Like, it's not over. There's gonna be a lot more going on. Like I told him, he wants to get out on a group ride with the guys really bad, and I told him, listen, they're gonna be riding all year round. Let's not rush. Let's just keep our practicing up and you know, improve our skills, so that way when you do go on a group ride, you're not necessarily learning on the fly. You're kind of prepared for everything that those trails are going to throw at you. So that's what we're going to be doing. So just, you know, want to drop a video to show, you know, the boy's progress, and obviously me being the proud dad of him just mastering and kicking ass. So shouts to him. Shouts to you guys also as well. Like I said, my apologies for the late video, but I'm back now, so there'll be more videos to come, and y'all stay tuned. Until then, rock with y'all in the next one. Peace.
So, you're back riding. How long were you practicing on this wheel?
Only a few minutes.
And you got it that fast?
Yeah. Fast learner, baby.
Well, you have all the experience from your other wheel too, so that helps. It's just the fact that your old wheel rides so differently, and it's so easy to learn to ride on it because of the big wheel, the big tire or whatever, that this is going to feel foreign to you. But because you have confidence, you have a bunch of miles on, we rode all over the place. So getting on this, just getting over the initial uncomfortableness of it, you're gonna master this one a lot better, and we can throw that old wheel away. Actually, my friend wants to learn how to ride, so maybe I'll teach her how to ride with your old wheel.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
So we can add somebody else to the fold.
Yeah. Increase your numbers.